turn me up, yeah. Okay. The world is what we make it where we visualize. It's in your eyes, realize. Stay alert, see your inbox and don't blink. Don't blink, check it out, yo, go Phinc. Go.
Hi guys, my name is Akinlabi Akinbulumo, and some of you know me as Mr. Fisher, some other people as Fisherman. I've been branding or been in brand development for like 15 years. Yeah, about 15 years, and I've learned so much. I've tried to share a lot of the things that I've learned in some of my trainings and sometimes when I share on social media. But, you know, I've realized that one of the things that I've never really gotten to share is what I am thinking when I'm creating work. You know, I've never gotten to share what is on my mind, how I strategize, and pretty much all the cool stuff that happens behind the scenes. So in the next few weeks, yeah, I'm taking that step to share what's on this mind, what's behind this mind. It's going to be crazy, it's going to be fun, it's going to be cool. It's going to be an interesting ride, yeah? So stay tuned, let's do this. When I design, here's what people think I do. But here's what I really do when I design. Okay, now that we've clarified that, let me show you how I work my process from start to finish. On this episode of Phinc, I'll just take you through a number of logos and brand identities that I've created, and we'll just zero into one of them. Yeah, let's do this. All right, so the first project that I'm going to be speaking about, first identity project I'll be speaking about, is one that was very instrumental to my journey. Instrumental because it was sort of like the bridge between being an employee and then becoming an employer. Yes, it was somewhere between that point, and I think I can never tell my story without mentioning this. Yes, and that logo is, drumroll, NDANI. NDANI was developed, I think it was in 2011, 2012. Yeah, pretty much, wow, that's like 7 years ago. Yeah, so NDANI, when I got the brief for the NDANI logo, the brief said that they were looking for something that would capture what you could call the new Africa, right? Something that was modern, but then said, have that African vibe. You know, had that thing that said, this is Africa, we're proud to be African. Yes, so for me, the logo had to be bold. When developing the logo, first of all, it needed to be spelled out, NDANI, and it needed to have like an icon buried within. Whenever I think Africa, there are three colors that come to mind: orange, green, and black. Right. So first black, because every time everybody thinks Africa, they think black. But orange and green, because I think that a lot about Africa speaks about fertility, speaks about richness, speaks about growth, and green represents that. So they had to be green. But also is the fact that orange, for me, represents brightness, represents hope. Yes, even though the client, to be honest, colors were orange. For me, it also made sense to represent hope, because that's really what this logo was about. It was about hope. So that's how the logo was created. In creating the icon, so there's this the A and then Dani in creating that icon there. So the A represents Africa because Africa is A. We needed to create like some African tribal type motif. And so if you look at it, it's made up of a lot of triangles, right? Initially, we were hoping to put 54 triangles to represent, but then it was a hard task. So if you don't count, you can imagine that there are 54 to represent every country in Africa, but that's not what it is. So it was tribal, and that's really what the different elements within it, has the richness, the resources, the new life that represents. Yeah, so I have this annoying habit of wanting to just send one logo or one set of designs to the client, because I sort of feel like if I've asked all the right questions in the beginning, then I have all that I need to get them to make a decision. Yes. So when I was working on the NDANI logo, I had this idea. When I took down notes, I had this idea of a doorway, right? And in that doorway was this Maasai-like type guy standing in the doorway, and the doorway was in the shape of an N. And I maybe looking back, it wasn't as cool as I thought it was, but at the moment I thought it was cool. So I sent it in, and I had to be called for a second meeting because the client was like, maybe we should explain again what we are trying to achieve. And it was good. It was good feedback. Took that back and created another set of designs, another set of sketches. But there was this one that hit me, and I was like, this is it. This is the logo. And I sent it in, and that was the feedback that came back. This is it. This is the one we're going with, and that's what you have now. My creative process starts with getting the brief. So the first thing always is get a brief. And when I get the brief, I try as much as possible to interpret it or try to understand what it is that the client wants. And then next thing is I bombard them with questions. I ask a whole lot of questions. I feel like people make decisions based on what it is that they like personally. So I always find out who the decision maker is in the room, and I ask them random questions, what it is that they like, how they feel, things about their life, because all these things help in them making a decision. So after I've done that, I take down notes, take my notes back to my space, and I begin to look at each and every one of the things that I've seen, and I begin to circle, and I look for the things that jump out at me. I can't tell you how I know what jumps out at me, but when I look at my sheets, I know what jumps out at me. And those things now become pointers for the things that I will begin to sketch. I make sketches, I come up with 2 or 3 different sketches, and then face the computer. So I never go to the computer before sketching. I sketch first, regardless of what I'm working on. And it's funny because not all the time do the sketches look like what comes out of the system, but they form a guide. Yes, so I sketch, face the computer, and begin to create. But the most important step, which is the final step, is I always make sure that I put my design in a real life situation. I have to test it out. Yes, and my typical test is to put it on a t-shirt. For me, if you can put anything on a t-shirt and it looks cool, then it's cool, right? If I'm still not sure after putting it on a t-shirt, I will put it on like a business card or something. But that's typically my process. Get the brief, ask questions, look at my notes, make sketches, go on the computer, create my sketches, recreate my sketches, and then last, place them in real life situations. That's my typical process. It's been, 6 to 7 years since the NDANI logo was created. I think for me that in itself is exciting because, like I said, in creating the logos, one of the first questions that I always ask myself is, how long can this logo last for 5 to 10 years? Can it feel relevant? Still feel relevant after 5 to 10 years? And so 7 years, that logo still feels fresh. I'm excited every time I see it. Yeah, I know I move on quick after developing stuff, but it's exciting whenever I see a lot of the iterations of how the logos are used, whether it's before a series or a documentary or something. I'm just always reminded about creating it, and it's exciting. So yeah, that was my process in creating the NDANI logo, and I look forward to sharing so many more thinkings behind the work that I've created. If you've seen the NDANI logo and you have thoughts about it, please share with me. I'd like to know if it came across the way that you've always felt. I've always felt it was, like I mentioned. Or if you saw it and you feel like, this represents Africa, the new Africa, yeah, please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know. And if you want to know more about my thinking process, please let me know. I love the feedback. I'd like to share. Just let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to share more with you guys.